Ambrosia for Heads, Justin Hunt. This is Last 7, counting down the top stories over the last 7 days. Hands down, one of the most down-to-earth MCs you'll ever meet is Brick City's own Redman. Away from the platinum plaques and the classic releases, away from the global tours and the props he's amassed over his 20-plus year career, he still champions living a modest life. Reggie's MTV Cribs appearance, for example, is often referred to as the most memorable ever, largely because it was the exact opposite of the opulence the show portrayed. Instead of golden gates and luscious landscapes, viewers were treated to a screen door minus a screen and a doorbell that only worked by rubbing 2 wires together. Redman reminisced for a spell on Ebro in the morning.
Whatever happened to the house? Remember from MTV Cribs?
Yeah, that's what the hell I live in.
Oh, the same one?
Yeah, the same one. Yeah.
Wait,
was you making something about it?
I remember it.
Let's have a real conversation about that crib. You got housekeeping now? You got housekeeping now?
A housekeeper, I can't even fit like 4 or 5 people in there without it being crowded. It's real small, 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms though. And it's only 1 way in and 1 way out. No back door. No. That's it. That's how I like it.
You've always lived a real modest life though, huh?
Yeah, man. Like, you know, like I wouldn't know what to do with a big house. Like I tried to get my mom's a big house, like my kids stay in the house and stuff. But me, I don't know. I'm just, I'm like that Oscar Madison kind of rapper. You know what I mean? I like just staying in a comfortable, just waking up right to the board, right to the bathroom, right to the kitchen and cook, then back to the board, working.
Reportedly, Redman's in the studio working on Muddy Waters 2. No, that's the follow-up to his '96 classic release. Ninth Wonder submitted 7 beats for the project, so let's look out for that. Red's also a big part of Wu-Tang The Saga Continues, which is now available. Make sure you stream that with the quickness. Reggie wasn't lying when he said he's always working. Chuck D and MC Lyte are leading a campaign by the Smithsonian to create a 9-CD, 300-page anthology on the history of hip-hop, and they need your help. The organization is looking to raise $250,000 in order to produce the project. If not, all efforts will be lost. A Kickstarter page has been set up with all the details. All contributions will be recognized, with donors eligible for rewards such as a pair of limited edition Adidas hand-painted by Say Adams, an exclusive Ninth Wonder remix, and a once-in-a-lifetime tour of the National Museum of African American History and Culture, hosted by Questlove from The Roots. Now, this will be the 3rd part of the Smithsonian Folkways anthology focused on American musical genres. In 1952, they did folk music, they did jazz in 2011. Now it's hip-hop's turn. Let's see what we can do. Kickstarter links in the description. In another piece of rap history, Russell Simmons has decided to make a film about forgotten hip-hop hero T. La Rock. Before LL Cool J and the Beastie Boys, the nascent Def Jam Recordings had another MC in mind for its legendary path, T. La Rock from the Bronx. T. La Rock was the brother to Special K of the Treacherous 3. He worked with Rick Rubin and Jazzy J on early classic It's Yours, which dropped in 1984. Here's the clip.
Commentating, illustrating, description giving, adjective expert, analyzing some of the musical myths, seeking people of the universe. This is yours. It's yours.
Back. Now, while T. La Rock landed an influential underground classic, he never actually became a rap superstar. He released Lyrical King in 1987 on Fresh Sleeping Bag Records. To this day, It's Yours remains his biggest hit. Then he nearly lost his life. On April 1st, 1994, Special K found T. La Rock outside his West Bronx apartment building with blood on the ground. The New York Times reported that his brother and mother say T must have tried to break up a fight and had been hit on the head several times with a blunt object. The MC admitted to having suffered incidents that landed him in the hospital before. Throughout the 90s, T. La Rock's speech was slurred as he recovered his facilities. All this will be included in Russell Simmons' upcoming film on the life of T. La Rock. He spoke with Hollywood Reporter and said that the film has currently been optioned by 20th Century Fox. T. La Rock has always been an inspiration to me and many in the hip-hop community. This is a man who was literally beaten to within an inch of his life at the height of his fame. How he regained his memory and recovered from his coma while being cared for and surrounded by the most unlikely group of therapists and friends is the kind of hope-filled and hopeful true story that will appeal to everyone, whether you love rap music or not. In 1996, Russell Simmons told the New York Times that T. La Rock started a new trend and new direction in hip-hop. He also mentioned how T. La Rock inspired LL Cool J. Now that's a story that needs to be told. New artist alert, Bahamadia, Big KRIT, it's all happening. Now, Philly's Bahamadia is back with a brand new edition of her Dialed Up series, Dialed Up 2. This is an AFH exclusive. The project includes features by Geechee Suede from Camp Lo, Zion I, Kev Brown, and more. Speaking with AFH, Bahamadia says the project was conceived due to a desire to produce on the fly while presenting quality material in a most cost-effective approach. My belief as an innate creative is to introduce and utilize unconventional methods that enhance artistic expression, in this case via mobile production. I became inspired to take a more practical route to music making, mainly because I have found that in the information digital age, there is a space for people who want to get ideas out randomly. Bahamadia told AFH that her Dialed Up series is the first ever music project created entirely on a handheld mobile device and recorded in a car. Sounds innovative. Here's a clip.
Bahamadia, my rhyme flow is astonishing. Our culture's premier MC is what the Lord crowned me. Philly better, this renaissance I headed, even though they try back on me to burn me out my credit. I rise like a phoenix when the situation's heated. Paid dues, got stripes like Adidas.
Word up. Now this week we're also blessed with a track from Big KRIT's upcoming project, Forever is a Mighty Long Time. It's called Aux Chord. It's sublime. Here's a clip.
Just past the Aux Chord. Yeah. I'm just trying to play that fly shit, slide, families don't ride shit, even if you don't smoke. Get hot shit, lay back like this, that vibe. Finally got off work like this, that ride to vacation.
That's definitely smoke and ride ready. Take a listen to the full track on AFH. Also take a listen to Dialed Up 2. Let us know what you think about both in the comments section below. Two major anniversaries to celebrate this week. The first is Soundbombing Volume 1. It was recorded on October 14th, 1997. It was billed as the ultimate guide to underground hip hop. Featured Black Star, Mos Def, Kweli, High Tech, R.A. the Rugged Man, Company Flow, many more. The Beat Miners, Evil D, he handled the mix. Soundbombing Volume 1 is absolutely one of the most important mixtapes in rap history, raising a flag for underground hip hop during a period of heavy commercialization. Ninth Wonder described it this way on IG. At a time where some of us felt in the 90s that hip hop had taken another direction, after the big bang in the summer of 96 that made you choose a side between Stakes is High and It Was Written, when a lot of us sought refuge on internet websites for music to escape the redundancy of the radio, it was Soundbombing. Rawkus was the house I saw refuge in after the disaster of commercial success and the beginnings of people being programmed like zombies. If it wasn't for this album, the idea of making it in a commercialized business was a lost cause. That's deep, Knife. Thank you for that. Now, coincidentally, many rap fans may feel the same about Kendrick Lamar's Aftermath debut album, Good Kid, Mad City. It was recorded on October 22nd, 2012 and celebrated its 5-year anniversary this week. It may be the first classic album of this era to be respected across generations. We covered this anniversary in depth in Good Kid, Mad Classic, which you can find on AFH. Links in the description. The conversation is based around the idea that it takes time to determine a classic release. I think that idea is overrated. Nevertheless, salute to Kendrick Lamar and Good Kid, Mad City celebrating its 5-year anniversary, as well as Rawkus Records Soundbombing Volume 1 celebrating 20 years. What's your favorite track on each project? I got Money Trees and 2000 Seasons for the win. Dope news for Dipset fans. Spotify and Live Nation announced an upcoming reunion concert with the Dips, Hammerstein Ballroom, New York City on November 21st. This is part of the Rap Caviar Live series. This may come as a bit of a surprise to many, considering Cameron confirmed under a year ago on Angie Martinez that there would be no more Dipset reunions taking place anytime soon. Jim Jones even got emotional about it in a conversation with Funk Flex at the top of this year. He talked about how Cam never fully supported his solo endeavors. The Dips have been embroiled in tension in one way or another for the better part of the time since we've known them. Jim and Cam fell out for the first time in the late 2000s. They reportedly signed to Aftermath in 2010, but no material surfaced. In 2015, Jim and Cam had another disagreement that put the act back on hiatus. It's great to see all that behind them. This will absolutely be a special show for Ambrosia for Heads. I'm Justin Hunt. This is Last 7. See you next week.